I'm here with the New York City Horror Group, and we're getting ready to see the new Rob Zombie Halloween movie. Great. I'm here with...
My name's Jared.
How long have you been into horror?
Oh, my whole life. I was raised on it, so everything I've watched has been horror, basically.
And what expectation are you having with this movie?
I really don't know. I haven't seen any Rob Zombie films, and I haven't seen any Halloween films, but I really wanted to, so I thought I'd combine it all and see this one, and if I like it, then I'll watch the rest of it.
You should. With the Devil Rejects, his House of a Thousand Corpses, come on, you gotta see them.
I know, everyone's told me to watch it, so this is going to be his little audition for me. If I like this movie, then I'll go see Thousand Corpses, and I'll see the other Halloweens.
And how do you like the original, John Carpenter?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all. No, I know, I'm a total virgin.
Okay, you still have some catching up to do.
Right, I mean, there's so many different types of horror movies to see, and I want to see them all. Just haven't made it down this road yet, not the Halloween.
And what type of horror movies you're more into?
I've been more the sophisticated, like psychology, more psychological horror. I've been watching a lot of Japanese horror and David Lynch, a little more arty stuff, you know, that direction.
So, have you seen the movie like The Abandoned?
I haven't seen The Abandoned, no.
That's more like what you're into. You should take a look at that. You might really love it.
That one's more recent, though, right? Yeah, I haven't seen too many recent films, not the theater type movies. I find like more the underground, you know, type things going around, like older stuff.
Courtesy of Scream TV, I got a gift for you.
Really?
You got a free video.
Oh, great.
Free DVD movie.
Well, thank you very much.
Now I'm here with another New York City Horror Group member. What's your name?
My name is Charles. Want my last name? It's Charles Collins.
It's up to you. Nobody's looking for you, I hope.
Nobody's looking for me? I don't think so.
I mean, giving out your name up in the air like that, you never know.
Well, my ex-wife maybe, but I don't think so.
Probably she won't see this.
Very unlikely. She's not into horror at all.
Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. So knowing what to expect from Rob Zombie, what do you expect from this new Halloween?
Well, I'm going to the new Halloween with a bit of trepidation because I'm not really into the splatter movies. I'm more into the kind of the more subtle, understated horror. And I'm afraid this may be over the top, but I really am wanting to like it because I very much liked the first one many years back, and I would hope this would surpass it, but I don't know.
No, but come on, with the twist that Rob Zombie's gonna put in it, he's bringing back the scare into Halloween.
Well, the first one was pretty scary.
Yeah,
it had a scary movie.
But then when it got to number 6, when it got to number 6, 7, you know, down the line, it kind of lost its scare.
I usually don't watch sequels.
I don't blame you, but you know.
Like Hitchcock's Psycho, and then there was Psycho 2, and Psycho 3, and Psycho Returns, and come on already. And none of them could ever come near the Hitchcock classic.
I mean, the Psycho itself, I don't blame you for it. I don't blame you for it. The Psycho itself that we made, all you had to do is say in colors. What was that all about?
Well, I'm just very dubious of sequels. They always seem like spin-offs, and they're never as good as the original. Now, this may start a new series of spin-offs by Rob Zombie.
Yeah, but he's putting his own little twist in it, so...
Does he? Have you seen it already?
What?
Have you seen it already?
No, but I heard enough of it, and no, I'm waiting. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't seen any reviews. I saw a big ad in the newspaper today for it with a lot of very favorable blurbs, but they come from rather obscure papers that I've never heard of. So I don't know how credible these reviews will be. But I'm hoping that it'll be a good movie. And
I believe so it would. But it's best for you to judge it on your own. It's the best way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you cannot just go by what critics say.
yeah, oh yeah.
Especially like these critics sometimes don't even get Harvard, so you can go by them.
A lot of the good horror movies don't get reviewed properly. And they sort of go under the radar, and some of these are quite good. Like one of my favorites is a movie called Don't Look Now, Julie Christie and Donald Sutherland, and I think it's a classic. It's based on a Daphne du Maurier story, and it is really, really quite disturbing, and the end is just horrific.
And
But I'm sure very few people have heard of it.
that's true. But then, like you said, the critics don't give it that great review.
They didn't. No.
Courtesy of Screen TV, I got a gift for you.
Oh, wonderful. I love presents. I hope it's something horrific. Let me see.
For you, I got Red Band.
Oh, I think I'm going to love this. I'm very fond of vampire stories.
So this
And-
is House of Haunted Hill.
Is this the House on Haunted Hill?
Yes.
Oh, I saw that already. Have you got another one?
Let's see what I could dig up.
Don't dig too far. You may know what you might.
What about this
Well,
one?
I've never heard of this one before. Robert Wagner and Kate Jackson. They seem, okay, this looks interesting.
Death at the Love House.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
And it's free, so anything free is just great.
Yeah, but this is the original House on Haunted Hill, then?
Yes.
Okay, I do have it, so. But
Okay.
that's a great movie. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Okay.
Now I'm here with the president of the New York City Harbor Group, George. Hey, George.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing great. Are you looking forward to the movie? Can't wait.
Well, that's right. I can't wait. I saw the first two movies of Rob Zombie, and I'm sure this is going to be phenomenal. So I can't wait to see it.
He's gonna put that little twist into that new that Halloween movie.
Well,
He's gonna put his trademark.
I think that the whole purpose of a remake is just to put something new to the original movie. So yeah, I'm looking for that too.
Being that you haven't experienced Rob Zombie other movie, you think he's gonna bring that scare back into Halloween?
Seeing the previous movie that he had before, I think he's going to put a new spin into this new movie, and like I said, I can't wait to see it.
So now, let's go into the group. How did you made this group, form it, and how many members you got on it?
I could say probably, since I'm talking to all the members all the time, that I started because I feel like everybody else who loves horror movies, I used to go by myself. So I got tired. I mean, I've been married for a long time, 17 years, and I've been going to see movies by myself all the time. So I discovered Meetup.com, and I saw the opportunity to meet other people who love horror, and that's why I did. And we have right now 254 members, and the number keeps growing.
And they're all from the New York City area, or New Jersey, different location, or just basically New York?
I will say that 90% of the members are from New York, the tri-state area, but I have some people from New Jersey.
So hopefully after this, you will get lots more.
Can't wait. Coming up, and we're going to have fun. I can promise you that.
Yes, you would. Courtesy of ScreenTV.net, I got a gift for you.
Oh, what is it?
Let's see what I could dig up. Look at what we got here.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Screen TV t-shirt. We're
right.
proud.
I'll wear it right now. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
this here is Rodney, another member of the New York City Harbor Group. Hey Rodney, how you doing?
Excellent. How you doing?
Can't wait to see. You can't wait to see the movie?
Oh, absolutely. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
And have you seen the other Halloweens?
I've seen all of them. Yeah, I have. And seeing that they were going to be a remake, I was like a little wary about it. But when I heard it was a Rob Zombie movie, I was like, okay, maybe it's going to be a little more interesting than some of the other Rob Zombie movies and the first Halloween movie. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But at least it's going to be something different. It's going to be a little more twisted.
I think so. I mean, he's definitely got that graphic quality about his movies and puts that big element in there. So, looking forward to that.
Anything you want to see in particular?
Well, I guess I'm looking for it not to be so much of a gore fest as some of his earlier movies, because I know it's like from his early movie to his latest movie, he's gotten a little more mature and like really grabbed onto the horror element as opposed to the gore element. So I'm looking for that in kind of being true to the story, but making it more tasteful and really still keeping the gore element there, but bringing out that horror to scare the hell out of people.
Exactly. He's putting that scare back into Halloween. That's
right. Looking forward to it.
Me too. We'll have just a few minutes before the movie actually starts.
Yeah, it's going to be a big crowd too, I think, because it's opening night. So.
That's true. How long have you been with the Harbor Group?
I'm going to say since winter of 2007. So about 8 months maybe.
And have you enjoyed it a lot?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've gone to some really good movies, some okay movies, but it's more the gathering of the people that's the fun of this. It's like you're seeing a horror movie with people of similar interests and getting together before it, getting to know them, sometimes getting together afterwards, and just really making it a nice evening out.
That's true. And then you have people to discuss the movie, the details, what you like, what you didn't like, what you was expecting in the movie.
Yeah, these people, they have a wealth of knowledge. I mean, we have people that have been watching horror. One guy named George, he's been watching horror since he was a little kid, and he's got a wealth of knowledge. So it's just fun to just talk to these people.
Yes, it is. Courtesy of ScreenTV.net, I got a gift for you.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
Now, look what I got. Lane's Late Night Massacre. You're going to love her. She's a great friend.
Yeah?
Look at that. Isn't she hot?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, this is another member of the group, Susan, a girl after my heart. She's into horror. Hey, Susan.
How are you? First, you have to tell me if I have spinach in my teeth. Is that just
Nah, it's just great. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, how long have you been in the group?
This is only my second meeting with them. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But I'm enjoying it. Great people. It's great to meet people who like horror movies.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people to watch horror movies with. Yeah.
And what type of horror movie you like?
Really anything. I like things with like child killers, scary kids, dolls, any psychological terror, J-horror, Korean horror movies, anything really. I'm open.
And how long you been watching horror? What age did you guys
I was
struggle?
a little kid. I had a lot of freedom as a child. My parents both worked, and so I had a lot of freedom to watch what I wanted on TV, and I got into scary movies.
See, horror don't screw us up. It don't fuck our minds up. So, what are you expecting on the new Halloween?
I'm coming with not a lot of expectations. Like, my main purpose, like I said, was to meet people who are into horror movies. The original was great. I'm not expecting it to live up to the original at all. But I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that this gives more of a background story on Michael Myers, so I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, it is. And are you into Rob Zombie? Do you know his movies?
I know Night of a Thousand Corpses. I don't know too much of his work, to be honest, so I'm kind of new to him.
So, but you know at least what he's doing movies, and you know what to expect on this Halloween.
Yes.
It's gonna really be something different out there.
Definitely different, going with no expectation. So I think that's the best way to watch a movie. Yeah.
Exactly, you know. Courtesy of ScreenTV.net, I got a gift for you.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a good one for you. I hope you like Christmas Evil.
I do. Thank you.
Anything that will turn Christmas to something dark and scary out there.
It looks good. Thank you so much. This is great.
Tonight's brutal murders was described by police as Manson-like in its viciousness. 3 people brutally murdered and a 10-year-old boy being held in custody.
You haven't said a word for 15 years.
This summer, Rob Zombie unleashes a unique vision of a legendary tale.
Listen, be careful tonight. A lot of nutcases come out on Halloween.
Is the boogeyman real? Why are you so obsessed with the boogeyman, Tommy? Halloween night, the boogeyman attacks kids who don't believe.
Oh no, Tommy! Boogeyman's gonna get me!
I'm gonna cut that mask right off your face.
He's come back for his baby sister. To do what?
So, wow, we just came back from the movie. This with me is Dale from the New York City Horror Group. Hey, Dale.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. So, we just got back. What did you thought of the movie?
Well, I never saw the original Halloween, so I don't know if I'm as seasoned as you are looking back at it. And I suppose you're supposed to find parts of it disturbing. You're supposed to, so that's okay. To give away one small part, I think the scariest point for me was when he's on the front porch of the house and he just whacks me to the door. That one I jumped for. I'll give you that. I did jump for that one. I'm not going to lie. That was what I jumped for, but it was that one. That probably for me was the scariest moment, because the other ones you can just say, oh, he's going to jump up here, he's going to jump up there. You can kind of piece those together. You always know there's a few that you have to account for.
But what about the one of the childhood?
Well, that wasn't in the original movie, from what I understand. I don't know for certain. I didn't see the original. I think it's nice to lay some groundwork of why he supposedly is the way that he is now. And I'm not sure how he found his sister so quickly, but that's okay. But I think you have to kind of lay the groundwork for why someone's a sociopath or why you think they're a sociopath.
So, being that you cannot compare to the original, you would recommend people to go out there and see it?
Oh, I think you have to see it, whether you've seen the original or not. And you don't always want to see a remake, but this one I think you have to see.
A little token from ScreenTV.net. Here's a little gift for you. Here's a ScreenTV.net shirt.
Thank you very much.
Wow, Charles, what you thought of the movie?
Well, it was pretty much what I had feared. I thought it was over the top, a lot of gratuitous gore. How many times do you have to see a couple having sex getting slaughtered? A young woman running through streets on a Halloween night, being chased by a creature that's a combination of Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Frankenstein's monster, and no one hears her screams, and it's Halloween night now. Michael Myers, who escapes from the asylum. All of this all happens in one night. Has found a place for himself, a little home, and which is decorated with a pumpkin and a tombstone. How was it all done? In other words, I found a lot of loose ends in the movie. I'll say it was done. It was a very slick production. Direction was very interesting, and on the whole, I would say it was entertaining. But ultimately, it's just another slasher movie.
But compared to the original, how do you see it? Do you compare them the same or something different? They all have their own different point of view to it?
Yeah, it's quite different. Particularly in this one, you see more of the development of Michael Myers as a kid, and after he murders his family, and he's in a rehab center, and you get more of a perspective on the child than you did in the first movie. Although the Freudian psychology may be a little bit dubious, but at least you sort of knew more about the character, and that part was fairly interesting. But once it started to downslide into just blood and gore and butchering, that's really, as I said earlier, my taste in horror is subtle and understated, which I find real creepy, rather than people getting chopped up while they're having sex.
Well, some people like that, so I guess he's giving them a little bit of what some people expect of horror.
Oh, of course, because I know that there's a lot of people who probably find the type of films that I like quite boring. So there you go. It's a matter of taste in the long run.
True, but you love that. You like that suspense there. That keeps you there waiting to see what happens.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Which is really good, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, nothing like a good suspense movie that keeps you hanging. But this was kind of, all too predictable. So, and that kind of diminishes the suspense aspect of it. I mean, you sort of know that the girl is going to come out no matter how many times she falls and is bludgeoned and everything. She's going to come out all right. And you know that the Michael Myers will be killed no matter how many bullets it takes to do it. And boy, he gets a lot of bullets in the end of this one.
Keep on ticking.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was enjoyable, and of course, it's a lot of fun to see something like this with a group like the Horror Meetup group.
Yeah, definitely. It's always great having a group with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you recommend this to the audience out there?
The audience seemed to enjoy it. I mean, there were a lot of laughs throughout, where there wasn't supposed to be. People find somebody getting cut up funny. Well, but I have a weird sense of humor too. So at the end, it did get an applause, which surprised me. But the audience seemed to really get high on it, I think.
Go see the movie, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, go see it. If only out of curiosity,
Thank you, Charles.
Okay, thank you.
So here we got another member, George, from the New York City Harbor Group. So George, we came back from the movie. What you thought of Halloween?
Well, there was a great deal that I liked about it. Now, I knew going in that there was going to be a major difference between this and John Carpenter's Halloween, and that's that there'd be a larger preamble dealing with Michael Myers and his early years and when he was also in incarceration. And I thought that was very well handled. I did read some reviews where they thought that was too long. I didn't think so at all. I think it was very good. It added to the getting to know Michael Myers better. Going on, there were a few problems I had with the film personally. I think someone who receives that many bullets in the head would at least be slowed down. It's amazing how he knew who his sister was, and also the idea of someone on Halloween in a town like Haddonfield, I think it was called, yelling for help, running down the middle of the block and not receiving any response. It does boggle the mind a bit, but overall, yes, I did enjoy it. I had to get a rating out of 5 stars, let's say 3.5.
Okay, not bad.
And that's good for me.
Which one do you like better, the original, this one?
thoughts?
I take them one in a row. The original was a very low-budget job, as you all know, and it did set a trend because at that time there were horror films, certainly going way back to Frankenstein and what before that, but it was a different type of horror. And one thing I like very much that this film did retain the Carpenter music, the theme, and I thought that was very vital, important that they did do it. So the first one had a lot of those ingredients. This film could do much more. It had a bigger budget. I like the casting in this film, by the way, very much. I thought that was very, very positive. So again, which did I like? I won't do that. I'll say I like them both.
They both had their own little thing to it. So yeah. What about the cast, like you said? The cast that he had on it, you loved it so much. It's like Rob Zombie pulled up all these people from Harvard Group, all these big names, and just put them into this movie.
Oh, I liked it very much. Malcolm McDowell was an excellent choice, and he did a very good job as the Doctor. Udo Kier was in there, as we know.
I noticed that like certain people were supposed to be in it. They did got cast, they did got filmed, but I really didn't see them also on film. So I'm wondering, did it got cut? Because you know how it's there.
But all in all, it was a good show and a great night. This is a wonderful group, by the way.
Definitely.
Yeah, having a good time.
How long you been with the Harvard Group?
Oh, this is about a half year, maybe 7 months. And I only heard about the group because I had joined Meetup.com for photography groups. And then when I saw there was a horror film group, I figured, well, I don't know what I'll be getting into here, you know. It might be something like a Trekkie convention, but I like horror, and let's see what kind of people I meet. And I was so surprised to meet these people. They're eclectic. They come from all walks of life, and they've got a couple things in common. They like horror films. No, but let me say they love horror films, and they love to talk, and they're knowledgeable. And look at us, you know, it's very typical that after we see a film, we're talking about it 45 minutes later at a place like this with a lot of enthusiasm and knowledge, and that's fun.
And it's great, you know, how a lot of people should, if they want to, they're looking for people to join to go see horror movie with. They should consider joining the group for the fact that we meet up early, we discuss the movie beforehand, then after the movie we sit down, enjoy ourselves.
That's right. And ain't it grand?
It's a lot of fun. It's a great time. Do you recommend people to go see the movie?
Of course I do. Well, if you like horror films, if you like something different, and this is something you can't bring little baby to. It's got some horrific scenes, so no, it's not for very young people. But if a bit of horror doesn't turn you off, go. You're going to have a good time.
Courtesy of ScreenTV.net, I got a gift for you.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Here's Red Vamp. Nightmare's Castle.
Wonderful. That's very kind of you.
Just get the popcorn, pop it in, and enjoy it.
I'm on my way. Thank you.
Now we're back with Susan. She was jumping throughout the movie. So, Susan, how did you find the new movie of Rob Zombie?
It was actually much better than I expected. Scarier than I expected. Definitely surprised me.
Yeah,
and I know I was jumping next to you, hiding. Yeah. It was great.
And how do you compare it to the other one?
Honestly, I haven't seen the original in several years, so it's actually on my list to rent it probably in the next week or so. This one, I think, had a lot more gore, but a similar psychological thrill aspect.
And do you recommend people to go out and see it?
Absolutely.
And there's any part in particular you love the most, or that scared you the?
I think just the beginning, the boy who played Michael Myers as a child, he was great. Just the look in his eyes, and when he, can I spoil something? When he, killed the bully and the nurse in the cafeteria. So those are probably the scariest moments for me. Yeah.
So if you want a scare, go see it.
Absolutely.
So how did you find the movie?
I thought it was good. I like more of like a psychological movie, but this one was something I would have liked if I were a little bit younger, kind of like riding a roller coaster type movie. Not exactly like a whole lot of depth there, but no one expected that. You know, it's there just to kind of get you. It's kind of like lots of thrills, a lot of cheap scares, and it was good for a slasher film. I thought it was pretty good.
And do you recommend anybody out there to go see it? The viewers out there to see it?
If you like that kind of movie, then yeah, I would say so. It's for a particular type of person, I think. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
Being that this is your first Rob Zombie movie, what do you think of his style?
I like his style. I thought that it was a really good director. Very like gritty looking, almost like it was like a home movie at points, and I like that. It really wasn't. You kind of felt like you're in the movie. You related with it. So I did like his style.
So you plan to go to the store and rent his other movie or buy his other DVDs?
I wouldn't go running, but I would definitely watch them if I came across House of a Thousand Corpses or Devil's Rejects. I would watch them eventually.
And you plan to watch the original Halloween?
Yeah, I definitely want to see the original Halloween now. I've wanted to see it, and now I saw this. I liked it enough that I want to see the original, see how they compare.
You got bit by that bug. I'm curious enough right now to see more.
Yeah, I love good classic horror movie, and this movie seemed to keep with the spirit of that. I want to see what it's all about now. I want to see the first one.
Thank you for the interview.
No, thanks for having me.
So, Rodney, after seeing that, what you thought?
I thought it was amazing. I really, I had the original in my mind, but I was trying to block it out so I could see this movie for what it was. And it was really a different kind of movie. It was like you couldn't really compare it to the original, but it was like similar to it. So it was like its own movie, and it was really amazing movie.
And at least it gives you an idea of what Michael Myers went through in his life.
Just that the fact that they developed his character more than they did the original one, just like really brought it home for the people that know the original. Because like the first one, Michael Myers was just in the movie. You didn't really know too much of his history or how he became who he was. In this one, it really developed it, and you kind of you got it. You just got it.
Yeah, he had a fucked up childhood from the get-go.
Yeah, that's right.
So, do you recommend the movie? Do you recommend the movie?
Absolutely. I mean, I people should run to see it, not walk to see it. Run to see it.
Any parts in particular that blew you away, or did you love the most?
There's a bunch of parts that really stood out. I mean, just the fact that it wasn't like overkill on gore. I mean, you had the action killing scenes, but it wasn't like tasteless. It wasn't like your slasher flick with blood splattering all over the place. It was like it was a good kill. But one touching scene that was nice was like when he takes his sister up into their room, and you see the shot of the headstone from his mother and the pumpkin in the corner with the lights. That was just perfect. That was perfect.
Cool. How do you compare this Michael Myers to the original Michael Myers?
This one was more... He had more of a presence. In the original one, he had a presence there, but it was like him chasing Jamie Lee Curtis, or, getting, really going at the people. This one, he, because of the fact that they introduced his history, and you kind of knew where he was coming from to begin with, it just shed a different light on him, and it was more a stronger character, I thought.
Definitely. And what do you thought of the part that his pace is actually a little more fast?
It adds to the shock factor, because it's like in some parts he just comes out of nowhere, and it just makes you jump, which was great. I mean, just that's that horror element, so It was good. It was very.
And that's what you waiting for, to get that little scare, that little jump.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny, you know some of it's coming, but you don't know when. And they don't want to tell you when. They just introduce it, and it's like, oh shit, it was supposed to be here, but okay.
So, do you recommend the movie for the viewers to go see it?
I absolutely do. I mean, it's not something to go in comparing to the first, but keep in mind that, the first inspired it.
You think that kids should go out and see it?
It depends on the age. I really do. I mean, I have kids myself, and if they were under, say, 14 or 15, I might not take them to see it. But I started letting my kids see it around age 14, so I think it's okay as long as, they know that it's just a movie. It's not something that is a reality of life.
Yeah, as long as you know that they could take it, they can handle it.
Exactly. I mean, under 14, you may be giving them nightmares, so it's it's like, oh, you damage them for life. It's like, oh, you bring them back home to the mother, and like, oh no, they can't sleep at night. No, but I mean, there's a certain age, the cutoff around 14 and above, that I think is okay.
Now I have here Rich with me. So, Rich, tell me a little of your opinion on the movie.
I really like the remake. I've been a big fan of the Halloween movies from the very beginning. It was one of the movies that got me into horror movies to begin with, and I was a little skeptical going in to see this one just because it is such a classic movie and to actually have a remake, but I think Rob Zombie did a great job directing it. He did a lot of the backstory on the Michael Myers character, and I think it added so much to the movie, so I left really enjoying it.
So you were satisfied? You didn't feel like, okay, he shouldn't have touched it?
No, I really was satisfied because it didn't seem like it competed with the first one. It seemed like it was its own movie.
Definitely.
So I thought it was real good, and I'm probably a little impartial because I've always been a big Rob Zombie fan, even from his music days. So,
So, compared to his other movies, what do you think was the outcome of this one? Did he went overboard, or he just added enough violence, enough blood, enough of his little trademark?
Yeah, I think he did. I think there's enough of him in the movie you could see where, and I don't think he went overboard with it. I think you can really see how he's progressed from each movie, and is really becoming going to be a director, I think, to be reckoned with, especially with horror movies. And I know he doesn't like to be typecast and put into a special category, but if he continues making horror movies, I think he'll have a lot of success with it. So
definitely, that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you recommend the viewers to go out there and see more the movie?
Oh yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, even if you're a big fan of the original and you're not sure if you should see this, if you're afraid, I would say go see it. I don't think anybody will be disappointed. It's a lot of fun. I mean, everybody in the theater seemed to enjoy it. They were all into it, and it was good. It was a good movie, so I recommend it for sure.
Did you have any favorite parts?
Favorite parts? There's a lot of favorite parts. I have to say, though, with this movie, my favorite parts mainly were in the beginning. Seeing him as a kid, seeing him first put on the mask as a child. I don't want to give away too much, but I think a lot of it goes back to him as a kid and the insane asylum, things that we never saw in the first one.
So now you could at least understand why he do the things he do, and understand that he came from a twisted family.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the first one, they didn't really fill in so much of that. You didn't even know why he dressed the way he did. In this one, they even went over that. They kind of showed you where he got those overalls from, and why he was so into the mask. And it was good. It really filled in. That's why I think if you're a fan of the original, you're still going to like this one because it answers a lot of questions that I think were never answered.
And when did you become a horror fan? When did you get into horror?
I think I first really got into horror when I was in my teens. When I was a little younger, I couldn't even hear like the music that went along with horror movies without having nightmares at night. I think that was part of the attraction because they scared me so much that it was something that I was drawn to. And then when I got to my teenage years, I got into it more, and I was really into it for years. Me and a friend of mine were heavily into Fangoria. I mean, we knew every little bit of information about every movie. And then as I got older, I found less and less people who were into it, so I kind of drifted away. But I've gone back into it now, and I'm glad I did.
And it's from back then to now, how do you feel what's going on with the horror movies is taking its place? You know, from the classic that people love to the part that it became more slasher and the ratings are going more down to now. It seems like there's a pickup in fans and viewers.
Yeah, I agree. I think what was missing for a lot of years is in the older movies, they developed the characters more, in my opinion. So when somebody got killed, you felt it more, it meant more to you as a viewer. And I think during a lot of those slasher movies, it just ended up being, let's see how much blood, gore, everything else we could throw in, and they never developed the characters, and they seem to be getting back to that more. And that's what I think is great about this new Halloween movie is because Rob Zombie, I mean, he really developed the character of Mike Myers. You know, he wasn't just another slasher villain. You actually knew what drove him to do what he was doing, and I think the movies need to come back to that, and I think they are, and that's what's drawing the bigger crowds to these horror films now.
So you recommend it to the viewers, and you hope that everybody go out and see it?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if you're not sure if you want to see it or not, I would say just go see it. You're not going to not be disappointed.
Now I'm here with a special guest. No, it's not Michael Myers. It's George, the president of the New York City Horror Group. When you see the movie, you will understand why he's dressed like that. So, George, how you like the movie?
I love it. I had so much fun with that movie. You have to go and see it.
I think he took it at heart. He got into the movie a little too much.
Why'd you say that? I like to wear the masks all the time.
It's pretty becoming.
Yes, it's part of me.
How did you like the movie?
I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't know what to expect. I saw movies, Rob Zombie movies before, but I didn't know how he was going to add or tweak from the original. And I had to admit, I never saw the original, and I just love it. I hear so much about the original movie that I felt like I kind of knew how it was. But knowing that and putting this, it was a completely different spin-off, and I just love it. I got scared the atmosphere of the movie was excellent, and I got scared so many times, which usually doesn't happen for somebody like me that watch horror movies all the time.
That's true. But they actually surprised you, gave you this little scare in the right places.
Oh yeah, there's especially one scene around like an hour and a half into the movie, you're gonna jump.
So since you haven't seen the original Halloween, you plan to go back and see it?
Oh, definitely. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and rent it or buy it. I have to see it.
And have you seen any of Rob Zombie movies?
Yes, I saw the first two ones, The House of 1,000 Corpses and The Devil's Rejects.
Really?
Excellent movies, yes. Especially what I really like about Zombie is that he uses or hire actors from a long time ago. Really actors that have been doing horror movies for a long time, and it's really nice to see them because they're good.
Yeah, and you got to see a lot of them on this one.
Oh yeah, you'll be surprised. I saw probably like 7 or 8 that I haven't seen in a long time, so I was really happy to see them.
you're gonna be really surprised when you get to see it too. You're gonna be like, oh wow, he actually brought those people back out.
Yeah, and they're good actually. I mean, they were good in those days, and they're still great. They were fabulous today. So.
And do you recommend the movie to the viewers out there?
Definitely. I know that there's a lot of skepticism about a remake for such a masterpiece like Halloween, but I think he did a tremendous job. It's not the same movie, as they say. Once again, I didn't see it, but it's not the same. It goes deeper, and we get to know the why of things, and that's what it really makes it scary, and it really works.
And sometimes we need that, the why. Why did it started like that? Where did it became from? We need that beginning story.
Right, why that he uses a mask. You gotta see the movie, you'll know.
You gotta see it, and you will know why.
And don't forget to check my website, located right here, as you can see it. Okay, if you really like horror movies and you're tired to go and see it by yourself, go to this website, sign up, and come to see it with us.
Now, George, I want you to take that mask off. Don't be shocked. And put this one on.
There you go. It is my pleasure. Wow, that's great. Well, thank you very much for having me.
Also, check out ScreenTV.net.
Number one, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.